wonderful. I can't believe we managed to repair it.
And neither can I, considering the fact I thought we repaired it, but apparently, well, we just needed to patch things up a little bit. And here we are once more on the back of Mauambu, and it seems that while many of us are scurrying around, busily digging for clay and frantically reflecting on the fact that if we're preparing to head into new biomes, we may not have enough food, well, Elder Waltrund here is admiring the thing that we built.
Dear, isn't that just like that thing from your father's stories? What was it called again?
I think you're right. It appears to be something called an antenna tower. Elder Theodore. Legend has it that these towers could capture vibrations in the air and convert them into speech, connecting the ancient wandering cities to people on the ground below. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We don't even know if it works yet.
Well, then there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Let's activate it. Would you do the honors, my friend?
Click. Though I wonder why we used a switch button versus like a big button. I'd use a shiny pebble, personally.
Wonderful. And if anyone out there also has one of these antenna towers, we might be able to hear them. I didn't think I could get so excited in my old age. I mean, there's always going to be more for discovery.
Theoretically, yes, but let's remain vigilant. It's a dog-eat-dog. We don't even know what... Do dogs still exist? Would we want to even run into them if they still exist? They might be dog-eat villagers, so we need to be careful. We can't afford to trust just anyone. Unfortunately, that's possibly true. Could you at least try to feign a little excitement, dear? I'm pretty sure we could be carefully optimistic and defensive of raiders, whilst still, I mean, we're on the back of a mountain. This is why we need to pet Mao Anu, so that she really, really is like, hey, you can't mess with my people. Though what she might do might actually end up causing more damage than not, but there we are, my friends. We have now got the indestructible antenna tower, and we can improve its antenna, apparently, which would be really fascinating to do. I think we have enough antenna ore, but I don't know if we can actually like work on that just yet. And we probably want to wait because we're headed, oh my gosh. We're headed into new lands and new territories, and I'm kind of worried about how that's going to work out. Also, where did our scavenging party go? I have no idea. They're still far, far, far away from us. We might need another scavenging party, especially, we've entered the desert biome, and that makes me super nervous. And apparently we're out of stone for the stonemason to work on. All right, desert biome. Right, okay. So, we definitely don't want to be planting those tomatoes. I think now that we're in the desert biome, have we researched corn will actually grow here? That's good news. We can start planting corn. And I always try not to pause when we, excuse me, I try not to stop time when we are adventuring. Maybe we can just go ahead and have only harvest and only harvest the beets for now, and only harvest the beets for now, just to frantically get that done. And the corn needs water. I'm really worried we don't have enough water stored, because we may really need to get more water wells. Oh boy, we may really, really, really need to pet this Ombu, because I don't want to be in the desert biome very long. Oh my gosh. All right, this is escalating really quickly. People, happiness too low. Maintain a happiness of 9 or else nomads won't join us. Cactus plantation has been researched. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so the cactuses, I think, there we go. I think they don't actually need a ton of water, I hope. I'm not exactly sure how much we would need. Let's go ahead and get the cactuses planted and harvested. And then let's go ahead and get the cactuses planted and harvested, I think, on these farms. Oh boy. Okay, well, hello everyone, and welcome. Welcome back to our adventures and journeys on Mauambu, where we have just entered our first desert biome, where I feel it is finally time to start mildly freaking out over the idea that we may not be able to survive if we are not careful. And we're also starting to think we really need to figure out how to pet our Ombu to gain her trust if we want want to protect ourselves from, you know, people possibly coming in, possibly with ne'er-do-well intentions. We also need a lot of clay, and that makes me really curious on if we're missing an obvious way to collect more clay. But I think it's all hands on deck and off the research building while we try to get that going. The clay gathering camp has been not enabled for a while, so we'll get that going too. I hope our herbs will be okay. Let's have only harvest on the herbs for a little while. And let's see what else. The air wells, oh my gosh, they have low productivity. The air wells aren't getting any air. Ah! Okay. They're getting any water, I should say. They're probably getting plenty of air, but no water because there's not enough water natively in the air to gather. And let's also get these herbs. Anything that's growing wild right now, absolutely need to harvest that. And also, let's make sure that we're harvesting the clay as much as possible while we are here. All right, hopefully this will be okay. And we probably absolutely should be harvesting on like maximum priority any berry that we can find that is in the wild at the moment to make sure that we don't leave behind any potential food. We might want to switch over to berry muesli. I'm not sure if the berries need like the water that we've been collecting. Here's more mushrooms. There's another berry. There's more mushrooms growing wild. You guys are idle. Did you plant the cactuses? They've planted cactuses. And then how are the beets doing? The beets are decomposing. Ah! Okay, maybe we can get them to... Okay, let's try convincing our farmers to maybe harvest these beets. I don't think they will if they're not fully grown though. Oh boy. All right, let's see. How are we gonna make this work out? Let's take a couple of you guys off for just a moment then. And maybe I can harvest these beets before they decompose. I don't know if we can get them plucked up. Maybe like, oh, can you imagine? It would be like tiny beet stew. Wait for a transmission? What do you mean a transmission? What do you mean we've had a transmission? The antenna! It's working! It's actually working! We have just received our first transmission. Hello? Hear me? If you please. Oh, I'm getting some Seven Seeds manga, which is one of my favorites, by the way, like vibes. We hear you, but the signal is rather bad. Can you please repeat? Ambu, blueprint, upgrade antenna. Hello? Hello? We've lost the signal. But it looks like they managed to send us something. Let's see here. It appears to be a blueprint of an upgrade for our antenna tower, just like they said. I was surprised she was able to hear that. An upgrade for this thing we just dug out of the ground a few days ago. I'm really not sure about this. How in the world would anyone have access to this kind of technology? Don't be so skeptical now, dear. Everything has worked out so far, hasn't it? But I don't think we can find the materials the blueprint calls for on our Ambu. We should keep an eye out for any landmarks on the ground and send scavengers there. Once we've completed the upgrade, we might be able to re-establish contact. Considering the fact they mentioned Anbu, they might even have more incredible information. Well, yes, acquire iron ore and then upgrade the tower. I mean, we could have a group working on that. And speaking of our Anbu, and speaking of, you know, having... Oh, there's actually a ruined settlement that apparently has some people that need rescued over there. Oh my gosh. And we need to work on getting... Look, there's grasslands up ahead! And like big water spots. Okay, if we can convince our Anbu to feel trusting and loving of us. Oh, is she hungry? Maybe if we feed her soon. We also need to do our research. Do we have our Biologist? Like, yeah, we have both our Biologist frantically doing their work. Is she very hungry? She is kind of hungry. So let's actually see if we can launch one of the 3 mushroom balls we have been saving for her, and maybe we can start building up trust with her that way. Also, oof, this temperature. I'm really hoping... Oh, no, there we go. Decayed crops. All right. Let's plant and harvest cactuses for now. I don't know. We have a lot of beets for beet soup. I think if we want scavenge resources, or the scavenger resources, we're going to need to switch back to smoked beets, but I don't know how long that's going to be good for. Because I don't think we have enough beets. However, you guys should be smoked beets. Are all the beets called for? No beets in there. All right, we're going to have to investigate that too. The air wells are not pulling in any water. I think we probably need to build... Let's see. Again, everybody is probably tripping over themselves because we have so much going on in so many different directions. Aha, another scavenger hut sounds like a good idea to me. Because another one, as our other group gets back, that's clay, and we are trying to hold on to our clay. So scavenging. Oh, what's this? In too deep. After traveling down into the mine shafts, the party enters a huge industrial hall. Old, rusty pieces of plate armor that must have fit huge creatures like Ambu are lying around. Wouldn't that just be like literally a wall of metal then? These are remains from ancient times. Let's make use of these rusty old parts. Or these rusty pieces are worthless. Let's scout for rare resources. I mean, we're literally building antenna upgrades, so it seems like a good time to poke old rusty parts. Your scavengers take everything that fits into their bags and leaves. Oh my gosh, we got actual iron. Yes! Good job, team! That's really important. And also, please go and see if you can bring back those poor people who are over there. And I wonder if our Ambu will be able to make it to her sleep spot. I don't want to sleep in the desert if we don't have to, but she's getting kind of sleepy, and I would rather her be in a safe sleep spot than not. And then, speaking of our Ambu, can we go ahead and can we toss her a mushroom ball? The mushroom ball will decrease the Ambu's hunger by 25%, and it will increase her trust in you. I would really like that a lot. That would be very important. Oh, there it goes! Down the hatch, my dear, down the hatch. Also, I don't like that there's apparently the bones of a Ambu in the background. Let's not pay attention to those ribs. There you go, my dear. So hopefully that helped her a little bit. And I wonder, let's try feeding her again in a little bit here. It takes hours to be able to load the mushroom ball onto her back to make sure that she's got enough. Let's see. Our mycologists can't grow their mushrooms at this time because it is far too... I wonder if I could just have somebody... How do I prioritize just hauling all of the stuff we have laying around? Harvest and remove. Harvest only fully grown objects. What if I just want to be like, you guys, pick all this, like, pick it up. Pick up the miscellaneous everything that you have just left all over the place, please. And then let's move this woodcutting camp over a little more. And then let's see if we can... Aha! Mushroom ball. Feed our Ambu again. I think we decreased her hunger quite a bit, but I am unaware of how to tell how much she trusts us. Here goes the mushroom ball. I don't think I'm ever going to get tired of watching that. Look at her little tail curl all happily. Sometimes my beloved husband Chips and I talk about if our guinea pigs have tails, what we would think. And we'd be absolutely overwhelmed. Let's see. People really do need a lot more happiness. We have a lot of beets and beet soup, thankfully. I do think getting more scavengers going is an excellent idea, especially for times like this, where we have to pull so many people away from being focused on doing farming and things like that. And the scavengers need to be at the back edges. Let's maybe put another scavenging group over here. Over here? Every time I am getting ready to build another scavenging group, our current scavengers come back. And I think they brought with them... Oh, trading for goods! Your scavengers encountered a group of people from a nearby
hideout, exploring the settlement. They ask for a trade. They look exhausted. We could give them some of our water. We could trade them some food. We'll refuse the trade and scavenge the settlement for anything they might have left behind instead. Water, I think. Because even though I'm nervous about watching our water supply go down, water is probably super useful to them at the moment, and there's an oasis that we can gather more water from. We just got tools, glass, and iron for that. That was amazing. They are very thirsty and gladly accept the trade. In return, they not only let you have the scavenged goods, but come up with a surprise in the form of ancient artifacts. I am very grateful for that. Wow. Good job, scavenging team. And then over here, oh, we get fish? Can be bred in an aqua farm? All right, we need to learn about what aqua farms can do, for sure, because that sounds super important. Let's also get this scavenger hut built, even though it was going to require the use of some of our clay. And then, let's see, do we have enough wood? What do we need now? More clay, I think? All right, the clay building camp has already collected what it can get from that spot. There's a puddle. We absolutely need to gather that water. Okay, so far, tentatively, I think we're doing okay. And then can we do anything? We've got berries that we can turn into berry muesli. Yeah, it's mostly berries at this stage. Oh, that's why these guys can't, we're out of beets. I was looking at berries. I see. Well, let's take them off of working on the smoking hut for now. They could possibly do some smoked fish when people come back from the oasis, but I want to be cautious about that. And I wonder, maybe we need to research something about like how to do storehouse, because I feel like there's so much stuff that's just laying around and we're not really gathering any of it. The villagers are dissatisfied and some of them will leave if their needs are not addressed in time. Right, so let's get the town square built, which I've also been trying to do for ages. And maybe we can get nicer housing. I didn't realize, okay, people are hungry. Can you guys, how is there not enough food? We've got berry muesli going. Can you guys eat the berries? Okay, we're gonna let them have the raw berries as well. And I think we might even be able to do something with the mushrooms if we really need to. And let's make sure that we're getting... I didn't know that people could start... I think they're getting nervous because we're so disorganized and everyone's upset and it doesn't feel like things are as carefully planned out as maybe they thought the promise of being on the back of Mauanu was supposed to do. I can't blame them. So we're gonna say that they can eat the wild berries that are on Mauanu's back. I don't think that they would enjoy that very much. And possibly the arrival of this new technology with the antenna tower that's now beeping at us is somewhat frightening to many of our villagers too. The upgrade is complete? Well done! Though we'll have to wait for someone to contact us to see whether it's actually made any difference. This thing gets more and more hideous the longer I look at it. Hideous? I think it's... okay, let's just call it beautiful in its own way? I suppose? So now we have to wait for another transmission? Okay, I could understand how that could be concerning to our people and kind of scary. And also, we've constructed another scavenger hut, which is a good thing. Oh, Mauanu! We might need to tell her to take a nap here. Oh my gosh, is that an ocean biome? Maybe we'll go back for the shrine? Oh geez, should we be getting sand? Oh my gosh, alright, shrine. Shrine is rare. She's going down. And that's fine, because I don't know how you can tell if your mountain is tired, but I'm pretty sure by now our people have figured out how to tell when their mountain is tired. And also, our people just brought back some fish. So... also, we kind of need the stonemasons making more stone slabs, I think. Yeah, this is definitely so disorganized that I think that's what's got our people kind of upset.
to get more trust from Mauanu, we definitely need more research. So people are trying to take notes on this, but I think we're just a little distracted with everything that's going on. Oh my goodness. And then fish, like bringing back fish, seawater collector, evaporator. I mean, oh, a fishery right over here catches fish. Only works when when Mauanu is surrounded by water. Oh man, and if there's evaporator, evaporates various liquids to create water. All right, I think it would be good to maybe do some of that research, but I think it's possibly way past time to possibly find a better housing solution for our people. Maybe, and also storage solution. And also we've started doing trade and contacting people, and there's rumors of community plazas and trade posts and warehouses and cottages that we might want to look into. So, wow. We need our stonemasons back on the job. And I think we need to be getting our mining camp up and going again. And otherwise, it's just chaos in every direction. But hopefully we'll be able to do something fantastic with this if we can just continue to gather what clay we have and maybe even think about deconstructing a spot or two that we're not currently using, while also chasing down rumors of materials we could use. Let's see. Wood and mushrooms, and then a ruined settlement with borscht. Gourmet meal made from beets and salt. We're gonna go and see what we can find over there because, excuse me? Can you imagine coming back with canned food and being like, maybe the technology of the past is not something to be feared after all? That just might work out. And also, the town square has just been built. We may be slowly but surely preventing a riot. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.